Guys, this video is circulating on social media, TikTok and Instagram, and people are tagging me with this video. What I want to tell you guys is this video is real. I have checked from the immigration website, and it's true. I've checked from other sources, and it's true. So guys, don't be discouraged. Okay, we have many ways of traveling. Okay, guys, this is what is happening in the United States border. Mexico and the United States border is being closed. They want to close it. Not that they want to close it, they are closing it because they said they did it purposely for coronavirus. And now coronavirus is over. The coronavirus is over. That is vacuna in Espanol, and in Brazil, coronavirus is over. So now what they want to do is they want to close the border. But man, if the United States is not the only country that you can go, they have a lot of countries that you can go. You have Canada, you have UK, you have you have Brazil, you have Asia. We have a lot of countries in Europe countries that are better. You understand? We always concentrate on the United States, but meanwhile, this is not the only better country in the world. We have a lot of better countries. Man, what I will urge you guys is we have many ways of traveling. We have many ways of traveling. You see, what is happening? Many of those who have made this border to be closed is Northern Africans. It's Latinos, the Latin Americans. The Latin Americans, they are the majority of people who go to the United States. But people think it's only Africans. Africans are few. Look at the documentaries. You will see only few of black people, only few Africans. Do you understand? You will see only few Africans because it's very expensive to travel from Africa to get to this Mexico. Do you understand? So most of them, for them, they just take $500 and they are in the border. Do you understand? So they are the main cause of the problem. They are the main cause of the problem. But man, I won't discourage anybody. If one door closes, other doors opens. So man, I urge each and everyone to just get in there and see. Do what you want, do what it takes to travel. But if not the United States, there are a lot of countries. Man, let's go and watch the video. Let's go and watch the video, what is happening. Okay, let's go and watch it. And you will see it by yourself. Guys, let's go there.
News that the Biden administration is sending 1,500 more active duty troops, Marines and Army to the southern border. That's in addition to the 2,500 National Guard members already there. The decision comes ahead of an expected surge of migrants when pandemic-era restrictions known as Title 42 expire next week. The Pentagon says the troops will not do law enforcement duties, although some will be armed. The goal is to free up Border Patrol agents to do their jobs. Under Title 42, law enforcement was given broad authority to turn away hundreds of thousands of people, including those seeking asylum on public health grounds. Well, once it expires next week, thousands more are expected to begin arriving every day. CBS's Weijia Jiang starts us off tonight from the White House. Good evening, Weijia.
Good evening, Nora. The Biden administration says smugglers are already taking advantage ahead of the policy change, promising migrants easier entry into the U.S. and making the expected surge even worse. Republicans say the crisis is already here. With thousands of migrants arriving at the southern border each day, and that number expected to rise, some of the 1,500 troops could be in place as early as next Wednesday, just one day before Title 42 is lifted.
In light of the changes on May 11th and the anticipated surge, DHS did reach out and request this support.
The soldiers will provide logistical support for 90 days. They will not be processing migrants, and some will be armed for self-defense purposes. The administration is preparing for as many as 10,000 migrants to cross the southern border next week, which would almost double the daily average in March. Recently, more than 7,000 migrants have arrived every day.
Title 42 might as well already have been lifted. And
Texas Republican Tony Gonzalez represents parts of El Paso, which has seen a 130% spike in migrants at the border. Hundreds are sleeping on sidewalks and in alleys, many seeking asylum in the U.S.
And the way this gets solved, it's not by sending U.S. troops at the border to do probably nothing. The administration needs to be sending judges to the border. And these judges need to get these asylum cases heard in days, not years.
On Monday, Texas Governor Greg Abbott said he would again send busloads of migrants to Democrat-run cities. The mayors of Chicago and New York City say they have no more room. What is the administration doing to help state and local governments prepare ahead of the expected influx?
So look, it's unfortunate that Governor Abbott continues to play politics with migrants and with the American people. We have been in touch with state and local governments to help them in any way that we can.
The White House says judges and lawyers are heading to the border to handle expedited removal proceedings, and those who do not qualify for asylum will be removed quickly in a matter of days or weeks.
Could be viewing, and as a result of a lot of disinformation that's being spread to them, that the border is open after May 11th and may try to come across. So these troops, these U.S. Army troops, will be not in a law enforcement capacity. They will be armed only for self-defense, and they will be used, I'm told, mostly for administrative purposes to free up Border Patrol so they can be down on the border. The Pentagon is very cognizant of not wanting U.S. active duty troops to be sort of guarding the border. That is for the Border Patrol to do. But these troops, these U.S. troops who will be there for the next 90 days, they could be providing transport and, again, freeing up those Border Patrol that are already extremely stressed and stretched, as we've been reporting in recent weeks and months, so that they can make sure that the border remains secure after May 11th. I'll also point out that last week, President Biden signed an executive order in which it was a little noticed executive order at the time last week, in which he said that the active duty troops could be called up to help with drug enforcement efforts. That then paved the way for these 1,500 troops to be called up quickly. Again, that was not noticed as much last week, and now we have a little more understanding of what's happening. And this is not the first president, of course, to deploy troops to the border, but it has been politically sensitive in the past. Mike?
Yeah, it really has, Jennifer, and some would say, with these added troops going to the border, some would say, okay, where was this months or even a couple of years ago as well? When we're talking about a political landscape right now, that even just sending just some troops there to the border can be really damaging politically. Can we talk a little bit about that, as we all know that Biden is running again for president in 2024?
Well, I think some historic perspective here, and I want to get the numbers right. But if you go back to the George W. Bush administration, when he was president in 2006, he sent 6,000 troops to the border to California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas. It was called Operation Jumpstart. And over the course of the period of time, over 2 years, while they were there and deployed, they actually apprehended 185,000 undocumented immigrants trying to come across the border. So that goes back to the Bush administration. Then if you look at President Obama and Vice President Biden, there was Operation Phalanx, and that was 1,200 U.S. troops to the border. It stretched out for about a year. And at that point, they also sent a striker unit, that's an armed unit, down to Fort Bliss because of the immigration situation and the insecure border. So this was happening before the Trump administration. Then in 2018, President...
Guys, Title 42 was only created for the coronavirus. And now coronavirus is over. So what they are going to do is they are going to send people back so that they will come back to the normal process. And this is where you're going to be there years, months for you to get your documents. When you get your documents, when you seek for an asylum and you qualify for your documents, when you qualify for your asylum, that's where they're going to give you your documentation before you go to the United States. Like, you have to have a strong asylum case. You have to have an evidence. You have to make sure you have what you are saying is true before the United States will accept your case as an asylum case. We have many ways of applying for an asylum in the United States. Not only in the United States, around the world, if you want to seek an asylum, you have many ways, many areas that you have to seek an asylum. But you have to have a proof. You have to make sure your asylum that you are seeking is legitimate. So man, if you want to go there, although they are closing the border, doesn't mean they are closing it forever. The border cannot be closed forever. There's one way or the other going to open another opportunity. Maybe this will be an opportunity for you, or maybe this will be an area of your trend or your area for you, and you might be the lucky one. So man, just relax. There's going to be another opportunity or another way that you can travel. So guys, subscribe to the channel. More videos, more updates will be coming. Any news, any updates, click on the bell button. So in case of any news, anything, I'll post it here for you. There's a war. If there's a war, doesn't mean that you are in a war. You have no war to fight with. Okay? So guys, I'll catch back to you today or later on. See you later. Adios.
Subscribe for more videos, share, and comments. Thanks for watching.